Hey guys, it's me, Deku. Just kidding, it's MikeyCoolMoney. Welcome to the beginner Team Sonic LTS tutorial. Today we are going to be covering Seaside Hill. Before we start, it's very important that you watch CriticalCyd's tutorials before watching this video. His tutorial on the basic mechanics will help you understand the concepts that are going to be covered in this video, as well as his tutorial on the various tricks we are going to perform throughout the stage. You can find these two tutorials in the video description. With that being said, let's jump into the stage. The first 15 seconds of this stage are going to be very straightforward. Just kick along and homing attack into the rainbow rings. After the first checkpoint, take the loop on the left, and remember to kick right as you hit the speed pads. Doing so will give you a lot more speed. That's going to be a recurring theme across pretty much every speed pad, so make sure to remember that. For the next section, simply fly over the next two hills. As Cyd mentions in his tutorial, remember to switch to Knuckles before switching to Tails. Doing so will make it so you won't lose all your speed when Knuckles attaches to the formation. Since you land on this hill as Tails, your teammates will be all grouped up, so you can get a pretty easy rocket excel. After that, roll down the hill and kick into the speed pad to preserve your speed. After hitting the spring, switch to Knuckles, then jump and press B in the air to spin your teammates around in order to break the block in the way. Switch to Sonic before hitting the spring so that you can homing attack across. Do the same spinning move to break the next blocks. Take this light dash and remember to either jump or quickly switch between characters before taking the light dash because, as Cyd mentions in his tutorial, Sonic cannot start a light dash if his last action is a kick. After taking the checkpoint, you'll be met with a friendly little loop. There is a way to skip this loop that saves about a second. All you need to do is avoid the speed pad, hold left on the stick, press A at this point of the loop, and boom, you will have skipped the loop. You have two options in this upcoming section. Either take the cannon as Sonic, or fly across the gap as Tails to save a bit of time. Here's a tricky strat coming up. Charge up a double rocket excel followed by a kick before passing this enemy. As long as you do that before this line on the ground, you will be fine. I also recommend staying below the coastline when charging up the rocket excel. This is because getting a rocket excel on a flat area is easier than a sloped area. If you did that correctly, you will have enough speed to jump over the two blocks without any issues. The bobsled section is pretty much an auto-scroller, but if you take each corner as tight as you can, you'll save a few tenths of a second. There are a lot of different ways to go through this next section. I'm going to show you what I believe to be the most consistent strat relative to the amount of time it saves. Hit this ramp in this spot specifically. If you're too close to the center, you will hit the rainbow rings. If you're too close to the edge, you will die. Avoiding the rainbow rings only saves a few tenths, so you don't have to stress it that much. After landing, immediately kick and hit the spring. Homing attack after Sonic clears the wall, switch to Knucks, then into Tails, and then jump into the wall on the left to get a little bit of extra height and fly to the hill, going over the springs. For the next section, you want to take the top route. Quickly rocket excel your way to this set of boosters and continue through the path. At the end of the path, position yourself under this palm tree and fly as Tails to hit the hidden spring, skipping the very slow cannon. The next section is going to be pretty straightforward, but there's a few things to remember. Avoid hitting the middle of this ramp to skip the rainbow rings. Fly over this spring, and hit this cannon as Tails. Take every corner as tight as you can. You're at the last stretch and the stage is almost over. At the end of this bobsled, there's going to be another loop that we're going to skip. Do keep in mind that this only saves 1 second, so feel free to avoid this skip if you're afraid of dying. To do the loop skip, jump around the speed pads of Sonic as they lock your controls for quite a long time. Jump when you're past this ring and homing attack the loop. Moving on, go around the speed pads, jump on the ramp, and homing attack. Time for the final test. To go through this loop without kicking, buffer a character switch to Knuckles, hold up left on the notch, switch to Tails, and jump when you reach this flat area. If you did that correctly, you will have reached the hole and you can fly through as Tails. If you mistime the jump and fall down, there is a backup you can do. Run against this wall as Tails, and when you build up a decent amount of speed, jump and fly into the hole. Make sure you thundershoot as you reach the booster, as that will reset Tails' flight, allowing you to kill all your vertical speed and land just a bit sooner. That is all for Seaside Hell. I hope you found this useful, and tune in next time for Ocean Palace.